Alright guys, I picked up a few calls. The last call I did was nothing. The customer canceled. So we're at this one right now. It's another cooler call. It's a Convair. These Convairs are really nice. I guess the customer's saying that it's not blowing any cold air. I got a feeling that it's gonna be the water pump on it, but let's go check it out. Maybe they're just not using the controllers correctly, but let's go take a look, see what's going on. I don't know if you guys ever seen some of these. This is a Convair. It's an evaporator cooler. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go turn it off. Right back. So it's basically like one of those Champion coolers. For example, there's that one right there. These are a lot better. You can see it's a little dirty, but the way they work is they use water to wet the pads and it pulls air from outside. But if the pump's not working, you're not gonna get any cold air. Make sure nothing disconnected in here. Now these don't work off of low voltage. These have a controller that controls the high voltage, so we're gonna see, make sure we're getting voltage up to this. Maybe the controller's bad and not the pump. 120, so I mean that tells me something's wrong with the pump. I think I have one in the truck. I got lucky, I have one in the truck. IPX4. These are so simple. Still live right now, so I gotta be careful I don't shock the shit out of myself, you know. I have the new pump wired in. Let's see if we're gonna get it to work. Let's close this sucker up so we don't get water in there. I'll tell you this right now, these don't work they don't work as good as AC, but when it's dry outside, these Convairs work amazing. This is like my 5th time going up and down the ladder. I hear something. Voila. There you are. Working cherry. Yeah, and these pads don't look that bad. These could last up to like 5 years before you have to change these pads out. Depending on the hard water, of course, but. And there you go. Back to working. And like I said, these Convairs are evaporator coolers. They work exactly like that one over there. You can see it. But those they're pain in the butts. They're made of the metal. They tend to rust. The parts in them don't work as good as these. Honestly, that pump is probably the 3rd one I've ever replaced in my life. They don't usually go bad. What probably happened is I let it run dry over the winter. Alrighty, I got this one done. It was just the pump. Typically with these coolers, if it's not cooling and they're just getting warm air in the house, typically it's gonna be that pump. Luckily I had one in the truck and I was able to use it. Customer was happy. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Right now it's not that, it's only 77 degrees, but right now we're just chilling, waiting for a call. Let's see what comes through. Alrighty, I just picked up a call. It's been kind of slow today. This one's a no cooling call. Customer said that they just got back from vacation and they've been running the AC non-stop for 24 hours and it does not get below 77 degrees. So let's go take a look at it, see what we find. Not on. Turn that off for a second. Make sure I'm actually getting a cooling call. So yeah, I'm getting a cooling call. Okay. Let's see if I'm getting. So I'm getting 240. I'm getting 24 volts. Let's turn it back on. I wonder if there's one of those pressure switches. I wonder if it's low. I think it's one of those pressure switches. I got 0 volts up to the contactor. So you can see it's completely empty. I mean, I don't see any obvious signs of oil, and I bet you money it's gonna be at the coil. I don't see any oil anywhere, but I see any oil anywhere. System's on. I think this might be an 06. I'm just gonna have to go talk to the customer. I let him know what we found. I'm just gonna have to double check that it's in the coil and not anywhere in the line set, you know, just to be safe. And if it is at the coil, then at that point, I mean, we can go either with the half split, or you might just have to go with the whole new system, whatever they want. So I think I found the issue, guys. So when I was messing with this, I felt that this was a little bit too oily. I'll show you guys what's wrong. So these Purion systems, these don't have Schraders. These are supposed to be closed. You can put your gauges on here and then open it. But the problem is, when you go to that's open, when you go to close it, it doesn't close. So it's leaking from here. I talked to the customer and they just said that they want to go ahead and get a new system. Might as well. So that's what we're gonna do in this call. Send it to the installs. But yeah, that's what's wrong with it. The system was empty, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. These are pretty much the only calls that had some juice in it. I did have 2 more calls, but they were warranties on some guys. Not much really, not worth filming at least. But that's all I had today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It wasn't too much of a crazy video. I'm gonna try to get better with it, but other than that, if you guys can like the video, I would gladly appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Take care.